So like my mom in the street, people would like literally stop and stare. And other kids, point back, laugh, call names. So that's just how I got treated most of the time. When someone teases me, depending on the situation, but then my mom used to like pick up stones. So then now my grandmother now started playing that role to be there whenever she could. I'd say it's the loss of my mom. Yeah, I'd say because I lost her at like a really young age. I was 7 years old when I lost my mom, and I had a younger brother who was like 2 years old at the time. So like it's just that took away my childhood from me.
Diary of a Grieving Mother. This podcast is inspired by the sudden premature death of my 10-year-old daughter, Kanyisile, who passed on from a ruptured brain aneurysm on the 11th of January 2024. But it's not only for grieving mothers. Are you a father? Are you a brother? Are you an uncle? Are you a sister? Are you a daughter who has lost someone or something valuable in your life and you want to come and talk to us about it? Let us hold your hand through this journey called grief. Phone us, email us, let's have a chat as we navigate through the journey of grief. This is Diary of a Grieving Mother. Welcome to Diary of a Grieving Mother. My name is Sihle Sibisi, and as you know, the title of this podcast is inspired by the sudden passing of my 10-year-old daughter 2 years ago in 2024 to a ruptured brain aneurysm. However, the podcast is not only for mothers who have lost children. I've always emphasized that grief is broad. Grief is multifaceted. Some people are grieving relationships that they lost. Some people are grieving finances. Some people are grieving their childhood. People grieve differently and we grieve a lot of things. And that's why I say this is a safe space for you to come and share your grief journey. Today, I must say that I've got I don't know if I should say young man, or a brother. I've got a brother here with me on set in studio today, who I think will explain to you mostly what he's grieving. When I had a little conversation with him, I think people out there sometimes tend to want to rob you of your childhood or rob you of your happiness, either because of things that they do to you or either sometimes because of the way you look. And remember, no one chooses to look the way that they are. We are all born for a purpose. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm good. Your name and your surname?
I go by the stage name Dr. Gravestone.
What?
Dr. Gravestone.
Dr. Gravestone. Okay.
And my surname Umpunchu. I mean, my name is Pilo.
Your surname Umpunchu, Umpilo. So, what inspired the name Dr. Gravestone?
Well, the name is inspired by the balance of life and death.
Okay,
that's how I like to see it. It's like I believe in energies. Like I believe there is good and bad. There's nothing in between. So the name is just like to balance the two. That's how I perceive it, and it's also like an alter ego for myself, which like I portray myself as that guy because he's brave and like he talks about things more openly.
Is this like a character in the movies or something?
No. Actually, I came up with it.
Gravestone.
Yeah.
So grave for me symbolizes
Death and whatnot. Yeah.
And stone is hard.
Yeah.
Please break it down. I'm so confused.
Okay, first, So first it's the doctor, né?
Yeah.
So doctor is more like life, like it symbolizes life to me.
The doctor heals,
yes, the
life.
doctor heals. And grave is like the dark side of it because the doctor can't save you all the time. Okay, then stone is like it symbolizes the strength. And so nothing can break me down.
You're not easily broken.
No, not easily broken.
Sure. Bila, how old are you?
I'm 22.
Wow. Okay. So I was right to say a young
Yeah, you were right. You were
young
right.
person and a brother, you
Yeah,
know.
but with a very mature mind.
A very matured
Yeah, yeah,
mind.
yeah.
Bilo, you are sitting here next to me, and I remember a week ago I had a conversation with one young lady also who shared how her childhood was stolen from her because of the abuse, sexual abuse she experienced at the hands of some pastor. I'm sitting here with you today.
Yes, yes.
I want you to ungifake esithombeni or put me in. Your childhood was affected by the way you appear, how people
Yeah,
when they
true,
see
true,
you and
true, true.
everything.
Yeah.
Let's rewind it from the beginning. Mpilo is born 22 years ago. And how was your childhood?
Okay, so 20th of May, it was a Tuesday. I was born 2003. So I was about 7. They corrected me the last time I said this. It's 3 months premature, I think.
Okay.
So I was 3 months premature, so I had to be put in an incubator.
Incubator, yeah.
So yeah, and then I wasn't like the other kids who maternity ward, I think. Yeah, I wasn't like them. I was more hairier than the other kids, and I looked different. Yeah.
Okay.
And then I told my mother, which okay, the child is sick, and mina hlale incubator whatnot for 3 months. Okay, my mother was there with me all the time, as my grandmother told me. So mangkhula, and then I went back to hospital, and they wanted to do some surgeries, young Tola, like I don't know, like what surgeries. So my mom was like, no, she just loves me the way I am. Ungifuna nginjalo, uzongikhulisa nginjalo, and whatnot. Yabo. So I go back home, and so it was a bit difficult ungitholele isikolo. I'm trying to blend in with the other kids. When you know, most childhood danger, you have to play with other kids and whatnot.
Tell me, did you go to? Firstly, let me say big ups to your mom who just loved you beyond it all and refused for her own reasons. But do you remember how it was? I don't know if you have any reflection of when you were in crèche. Did you go to crèche? How was that experience?
Well, yeah, I did go to crèche. Well, at first, I don't remember, but okay. My first day, obviously, just like Abanye I just didn't want my mom to leave. And then after she left, I was like isolated. Like it wasn't because they use the word creep, Anish. So
They what?
they use the word creep, like creep.
Creep.
Yeah, creep. Yeah.
As in the little children sometimes can bully somebody.
Yeah, as in like bullying
they
someone.
bully someone, yeah.
So yeah, I was just always isolated, and then I started making friends, but it was fine at first. It was hard to crutch at first because when we back on, they're like, you won't fit in here, you won't fit in here until my toilet. It's not that far from Langshala corner, and that lady was kind enough, so she's on Fundisa in the Christian yet.
So how was your crèche life? You enjoyed crèche?
I don't remember much.
Let's go.
It's just like stories which I peed on sofas and there, like something. Yeah, something. I don't remember much.
Primary school.
Yeah.
How was how was primary school? Do you remember going to grade 1, grade 2, or how did you finish primary school? How was your primary school life?
Again, food, it was still hard for me waiting to the primary school food.
Why?
So because of how I look. So like it was hard waiting to like it's called a malokshine and stuff. So excuse me. So I was sent out to there's a school in Primrose. It's for the physically disabled.
Primrose, where's Primrose?
Sesumestian.
Okay.
Let's call it like Itimbilil. So that school, it's where they teach people with different capabilities. That's how I like to put it. I don't like using the word disabled, because they are fully capable.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then obviously I easily fit in because there's not much bullying there.
It's like a school for children who have barriers to learning.
Yeah.
As much as you say you don't like using disabled.
So
it's just like barriers to learning. And in your case, I think they put you there because they didn't know where else to put you.
In a way, yeah.
In a way, because you sound very intelligent and you're very eloquent. So for me, I'm sitting here as I'm an educator by profession, by the way, and I'm thinking you are so like ukhuluma, you are very on point. Like you articulate yourself well, and I'm trying to figure out in my head why would you go to a school with barriers to learning? But it's because of the cruelty of the society
Actually,
and
yeah,
people.
yeah. That's why I actually went to that school, because of the bullying and whatnot. Because obviously, it wouldn't make it any better if I was always being bullied by other kids and whatnot. I was so for me, it wouldn't fit it in, because that's what my mother always wanted for me, like the best for me. So she sent me there. It was a boarding school. I'd only come home on weekends. Yeah, it was a nice school. Yeah, so there wasn't much. I wouldn't notice that I'm different actually.
Serious.
Yeah.
So school, the boarding school for you, you never got bullied. You just felt at home.
Yeah, I never. A few times I've been a bully, but yeah, I learned from that.
You've been a bully.
Yeah, yeah.
What made you bully others?
Of course, initial it's hurt people hurt people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was taking what I had been taught while I was still umntwana. I was just reflecting it back. So I didn't like how they teaching me lokishini, and then I would just, you know what, since angisabanye bahamba ngama-wheelchair lapha and whatnot. So yeah, I'll just like reflect it back.
Let's go there. You say you didn't like how they treated you elokshin, meaning where you stayed.
Yeah, yeah.
Mfake Sithombeni, how were you treated elokshin as young as you were?
Okay, as young as I am, okay, well, mina mangihamba nomamami usually. So like, if I'm young at that time, so like ngihamba nomamami in the street, people like literally stop and stare. And other kids, abantwana abanjani, point back, laugh, call names. So that's just how I got treated most of the time.
When did you realize that, hey man, hang on, I'm different? There's something. When did you actually have that moment to say, hey man, people stare at me, I'm actually different? When did that happen?
Well, I wouldn't say I remember, but like for as long as I can remember, it felt that way.
Oh,
I understand. So it always felt that way, because I'd enter a room full of normal people, as they would say, enter a room full of them, and people just stare. You understand? Not staring at who I'm with or what am I wearing, just me.
Yeah.
That's how I knew it's okay. This is me. This is what I am.
Shy. So now, a young child, wherever you go, people are staring. Your only safe space is at the boarding school, because people there are like somehow similar. What does that do to you within yourself, like growing up as a young child, when you know Wuchi noma yespaza or noma uya anywhere people will stay? How does that affect you?
It affects you a lot. It affects especially your happiness, because a child is just a bundle of joy. Only mamkuza or makawa, that's the only reason they cry. Now me, I used to cry because of reasons of bullying and whatnot. So it affects me. It used to affect me like really bad. I understand. I wouldn't play with other kids like I wanted to. Or just have a good small circle of friends. And actually brought one with me. Actually, yeah. So that's how I used to keep my circle really small.
And at home?
At home is always a safe space. Like mom loves me, and my younger brothers. It's just I had a happy childhood. I won't lie.
I want to ask, you speak mostly about your mom. Your
Yes.
dad?
Oh, my dad. He was in prison for most of my childhood, but he's back now, and he's actually a person who wants to make amends for the time he's lost with me. I understand. So he's very supportive.
How was it growing up as a young boy without your father?
I mean, it's a lot, especially as a boy. I don't know how to put it, but like it wasn't that good. I understand, because we need people about basically like with situations. Sometimes I couldn't find a person to confide into like my father. I understand, because everyone around me, most people, not everyone, but most people hit their father figures. If Bayabashaya or if Babam and whatnot, and me not having that, of course, it's just painful.
And in your case, when you say you were being bullied, did that the not having a father around play a role for you?
I don't think it would have made any difference because with or without my mother being in the room, obviously I would get such attention and remarks. Yeah, well. So it's just when I'm with think like when something's like happen in life and then you wish which if my mother was here or if someone was here, we would talk about this, find advice or whatnot. It's just those supporting systems is short. But there were people filling that space, of course. My uncles, abantu, my teachers, actually, people that I saw as role models. So they used to play that role of a father figure. Yeah.
But you're so eloquent. Like I can see with your mom did not compromise your education.
Not
Like you
at all.
are
Yeah.
well spoken.
Yeah, she always tried to like make me read books, watch cartoons, just what I wanna like watching isn't was isilungu like when while growing up, so usifunda lapha isilungu. So
Yeah.
I always used to love that, yeah.
Let's go to high school. Where did you go to high school? The same boarding school or what happened? The
Well,
dynamics.
at that time, I was in grade 7, ne? So I was doing sports at the time. So I'm now a swimmer.
Okay.
So I had to change schools because the primary school being in high school.
Okay.
So they were supposed to make a high school by the time. Manje sebana. So I changed schools in Westcliff. There's a school called Hope School.
Okay.
I kulesa school at Westcliff. And it was a nice experience,
Westcliff, is it a mainstream school, or it's also still a school for learners with barriers to learning?
It's a bit of both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because in honest cutting figure, the actual people would see like it's normal people school type thing.
How was your experience going into such a school, high school?
High school, it was nice. It was nice. I mean, it was a bit different, but it was nice. Yeah. You get to meet new people. It's something I've always enjoyed. Yeah.
And I want you to tell me, is there any memory of something that really hurt you and you, like, I don't know whether it's in your childhood or in high school or primary school, of an experience or something that really happened that really shook you to the core where you retaliated against?
I'd say it's the loss of my mom.
Oh.
Yeah, I'd say because I lost her at like a really young age. I was 7 years old when I lost my mom, and I had a younger brother who was like 2 years old at the time. So like it's just that took away my childhood from me. And I mean I have a younger brother who now I have to take care of, and my mother is no more there. So that experience for me was like a lot. I remember like I used to like cry myself to sleep every night, just because now I know it's okay. Like the pillar of strength, I say up. The person who used to support me, I say that's what broke me the most. But at the same time, it gave me a lot of strength to say, you know what, I'm living for something. Let me just be the best person I can be. That's what she wanted for me. So let me just make her happy.
You know, you speak of your mom as this giant of a woman, like in terms of she helped you withstand so many things. When your mom passed away, you were 7 years old and you had a younger brother.
Yes, yes,
Now your mom passes away, you left with your grandmother.
yes.
How does life change for you then? Because, as I say, you continuously allude to your mom being the strong person. How does life change then after your mom passes on?
I mean, like a lot changes. Like now, angisakwazi ukubhayisa kumamami everything when something goes wrong. Like everything. There's a lot of responsibility now. Sekumele ngifuna ukuziwashela, kumele ngifuna ukupheka, and you don't see that brightness in the world anymore. You understand? Like now, omunye umuntu makakhuza, it seems like seyangikhuza manje just because my mom is not there anymore. But then it's just a thing in which like I was grieving like a lot at the time. I was in a really dark space. I couldn't see the bright in this world. Like I felt like it's over. Like, but I feel like my younger brother was the reason, like, okay, to like actually get me up, because I always wanted to be a good example for him, to show him ukuthi the love my mother gave you, I can also give you.
So you're 7 years old, your mom has passed on, you're grieving this loss of your mom. How does the society perceive you? Because you alluded to the fact that your mom used to be the one that used to protect you from the bullying and the teasing of the society. Your neighbors, people around you, how did that shift happen? Because before your mom was your strength. She's no longer there now. You are with Ukoko and you must do life on your own. How did you get through that? What did it do to you? Like,
I mean, Ukoko played a huge role in that, because she's always been that supportive. Like the only person there was shy, but my mom. So if someone else marang shy, it would seem like as abuse, but no, it's just But then Ukoko always showed me that love. We would see like the bright in the world. You understand? So like there was this thing you would see when I was younger, when someone or some kids like tease me while I'm in the pedestrian crossing or pavement, anyway, just in public. When someone teases me, depending on the situation, but then my mom used to like pick up stones. So then now my grandmother now started playing that role, to be there whenever she could. You understand? And because at the time she didn't have enough time to spend with me, but she always tried to make amends to fill that space.
so mawuhambe uyi-1 estradini and grandmother's not there, abantu bayagwara benzela lezi zinto. How did you bowenzani?
I just had to be strong. I just had to like take it in. Sometimes throw it back with insult, but then at a later stage, I realized, this is not helpful because it's just causing more chaos. Because like it's adding fuel to the flame. Yeah, so then I started using this thing. It's okay. I won't reciprocate that energy, but I'll change it and use it into something positive. You understand? Whatever you say, whatever you say to like discourage me or mock me, whatever you say, I'll just take it in as in like a blessing or something.
Was there, I want us to just tackle this here. Was there a time in your life where I know you say you learned how to, the bad they were giving you learned how to flip it and do good from it. But was there a time in your life where you were just going through a dark phase, where you were just angry and you were like, Mamela, inja, like I'm coming for you. Give me this, I give it back. Was there such a time?
I wouldn't say there was such a time. Like I've never been umuntu like I'm suicidal or I just wanna put myself in that. I believe in God and I just believe suicide is wrong. And I believe you should always forgive. I believe in forgiveness. You understand? So like there's this thing my grandmother always used to tell me, akumelanga like umuntu if ugonile ilanga lishona ngamxolelanga.
True.
You understand? So that's how I used to like live my life. Like, okay, tomorrow is another day. Let's try again. Maybe it'll change. But then it showed me progress in a way because people started changing how they treat me. Yeah, well.
But let's not run away from the reality of pain. How did you handle your pain?
Like kanjani, so
Like kubuhlungu Joe. Like whether uthanda ungathanda umuntu makazokubhulisha or akugware kubuhlungu.
yeah, true.
Like how did you handle your pain?
Angazi like mina my heart angazi uNkulunkulu ngidale kanjani, but my heart is very strong. Like I don't mind like giving you the other cheek when you slap.
Okay.
For real. Like I really don't mind unless if it gets too personal, then I have to defend myself or something. But I really don't mind. I understand. But then I just don't let anything affect me anymore. I feel like it's so much pain that it doesn't hurt anymore. Something like that. But I've never, also speaking about it helps.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, speaking about it helps because I have people I confide in. I have people I trust. You understand? There's people who see in my absence,
True.
so that shows me a lot. Okay, there's something good in this world.
So as you grow up, did you wanna investigate and find out ukuthi, what illness you possibly have that has affected you facially?
True.
And if you did, what is it and what do you know about it?
Okay, so like as I told you, Uchi, I was in school where people who are physically disabled. So bonke labantu, they know their disabilities. Now with me, I mean, I can walk, I can talk very well. I understand. So it was kind of a situation in which I didn't even fit in there because there was things I couldn't do.
Yeah.
Like for instance, some things were specially designed for them, and I can't take part in. For
Because you're
instance,
able-bodied.
exactly. So like, but then as swimming helped me a lot to actually discover, what is it? You understand? So I don't like calling it an illness or condition because it's nothing like that. I'm just born this way. You understand? So in grade I think 10, if not 11, and I said they were supposed to classify me. You understand? Since I'm now doing sport, like which classification do I fall under of disabilities and whatnot. So and then I started swimming with the able bodies.
Okay.
Not with I started competing with the able bodies because obviously it's unfair. Well, then it's kind of harm. Okay, I realized, okay, why am I not this side? That means maybe I'm not disabled. I understand. That's what I thought at the time. And so grade 11, I go to a doctor, school in Bafuna, medical, something that had to do with the medical form that had to be renewed or something like that. So I go to the doctor, and this doctor has been my doctor since like I was 3 years old, like for a long time. He's a family doctor. You understand? So we on my documentation of every time I come and visit the doctor. Exactly. So and I start reading this file, and I have facial dysmorphia. You understand?
Facial dysmorphia.
Yes, facial dysmorphia. So that's like if someone is born with like features, it's just like me. You understand? Yeah. So like I started. Okay, this is what it is. Yeah, researcher. Okay, it's just a condition. It's just like
True.
you understand? So like okay, but it mostly happens in overpopulated countries. I think I've said this before. Yeah, in overpopulated countries, there were like India, or China, and whatnot. That's where they. Yeah. So like, that's how I felt. I actually knew what it was, but not that me finding out made me live my life different, or it just didn't affect me. You understand? But it just made me more open about it. It's okay. Okay, this is the name. Now I can talk about it because I didn't understand, so I couldn't educate. So I used to take like bad, and it's like, man, at least I can educate someone and say, okay, this is what it is.
So when you say you've been going to the doctor, is there any medication that they were giving you,
No,
or
not
was it
at
just
all.
the mere and J consultation? What was happening there?
Well, at the time, obviously, initial, like I said, with the documentation and whatnot. So while I was younger, like then, what's in the primary school for the physically disabled, they needed that confirmation. What's okay? Is he actually disabled?
And you're not disabled.
Exactly, and I'm not disabled. So yeah, that's like the reason. Yeah.
You know, when you're talking about it, Uti, you said it happens mostly in countries where there's overpopulation.
Overpopulation,
So it's a rare
Yeah,
if it's a disease, we say it's rare.
yeah. If it's
Or
a disease, you'd say it's rare, but let me just call it a condition or
it's
whatever.
a rare
yeah.
condition.
Yeah.
It's like when my daughter passed on, she was not sick. And it forced us to find out what happened to her. And when we got the report back, they said she had a ruptured brain aneurysm. I'm like, what is that? Yini leyo nto leyo. So I had to myself make research to say this. I had to myself do research. Ukuthi, this is what took my daughter's life. And why I'm bringing this up is because Nami, the condition that my daughter passed on with, I would say it's a rare condition. Because they say 1 in 5, but at the same time, nobody knew what it was. And it's only now, after the fact, that I'm educating myself about it, Yeah. I want to find out, did you, in terms of, you went to high school, did you finish your matric?
Yes, I did. 2021, I finished my matric.
Okay.
It's a bachelor's pass, by the way.
Okay, wow. You see, Ngash, I told her to you are so like eloquent, man. You are. You can see you ooze intelligence.
I try. I try
And
my
your
best.
voice. Did you do public speaking or something?
Yeah, I do music actually. I rap, and I do public speaking.
You've got that radio voice. You've got that, ladies and gentlemen, it is raining outside and it's the time for Lovers Rock. I'm just like, you've got that voice.
Thank you.
I want to ask something. Love life, Mjolo.
Okay.
Did you have a relationship, or how was your first relationship?
Well, my first relationship was in grade 7. Like,
Okay.
You know, it's first love, like all sunshine and rainbows. It was nice. It lasted a really long time. Like, she loved me, I loved her back. But then, you know, things happen, and then we had to, because I was changing schools at that time, and she's in that school and I'm in that school. So yeah, and then life went on. So I am, my love life is pretty like busy and stuff. Yeah.
Hey, busy.
I'd
What do
say,
you mean?
yeah.
What do you mean busy?
I mean, okay, like it's happening. Like there is a love life. Let me just put it like that.
It's happening.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
One person or baningi or is temple
I'm
relationship.
loyal, just one person. Serious, I'm
Serious?
loyal, yeah.
You're just a one man woman.
I'm dating to be married.
Oh, that's beautiful. So how's that relationship, and why did you choose her?
I mean, she's everything I want in a woman.
What do you want?
Well, I want someone who's supportive first. Funimbo, like really strong, because you know you have to be by my side, because you know, like I get a lot of, you know, just bad in the world and whatnot, like bad comments and whatnot. So obviously I need a strong woman. And well, I don't want someone like, I don't want to say this, but I want someone like my mother. You understand? Someone's gonna give me a mother's love. You understand? Someone's
Also,
gonna meet
it's
those
true when they
standards.
say men somehow, whoever they marry or date, they somehow see some elements of their moms in
Yeah,
them.
that's true. Because you know, a man's first love is his
Is
mother.
the mother, yeah.
So yeah,
So
That's-
you're dating for marriage.
I'm dating for marriage.
You told me that you sing. Do you sing or you rap?
I rap.
Tell me about that. How did that come about?
Well, that came about, actually, this guy that's sitting, this guy.
Your friend.
So yeah, he's my friend.
Yeah.
So his name is Saint Luke.
Oh, you must. I'm just letting you know, our viewers who are watching, that Saint Luke is sitting with us here in studio. So if he's pointing, he's not pointing at the air. I promise you, there's a warm body that he's pointing to. I promise you.
Yeah.
So big ups to Saint Luke.
Yeah.
Mhm. So Saint Luke, you've known him for how long?
Oh, he's my long-time friend.
Nikhula
Like,
Nonke.
Skule Sonke.
Yeah.
Skule Sonke. He's one of those people that have been with me like for as long as I can remember.
He's your ride or die.
Yeah, ride or die. You can see since like primary school, high school, and everything.
Knit together.
So,
So back to the rapping. How
yeah.
does the rapping start?
So it started. I'm a poet. So this is one thing I've never told you. This is how I used to like vent out.
Okay.
You understand? This is how I used to deal with emotions. I used to write poetry. You understand? And I think this, in a way, improved my vocabulary. But I used to write poetry. So as I write poetry, he raps. He's into hip hop, just hip hop. Understand? So now this time I used to like show him what I wrote, my poetry and whatnot, and then he would see it and he'd see potential in it. He'd be like, no man, I can use this thing in lyrics and rap. You understand? I'm like, oh, for real? Yeah. And then this one time he literally quoted what I said.
Wow.
You understand? Like literally quoted what I said, put it in a song. When I listened to that song, I'm like, wow, this is what I wrote. And I started saying, okay, let me try this. And it just became a thrill since then.
Wow. So do you get booked to go and your poetry, your rapping, or is it a lifestyle?
It's I do get booked, and it is a lifestyle too. Yeah, because like this Saturday I'll be performing Kato home. Yeah, so yeah, strictly pop event. I do get booked, and it's also a lifestyle.
Can I'm putting you on the spot.
Okay.
One poem. I need you to perform it at home Saturday. I'm listening.
One poem.
Like anything, like from your heart. From your heart.
Okay. Okay.
Change your position.
Yeah. I insist on writing to make the pain go away. Trying to forget you, but you're stuck on my brain. You always on my mind, girl, you never fade away. It made me feel better when you said you loved me. It made me feel worse knowing that you lied to me. You said 100 times, but you never meant it once. You wasted all my time, I could have found somebody better. Passing life letters in the class, I should have taken notes. Now you got me writing suicidal notes. Like something like that.
Sure. Okay, that's deep. Now you got me writing suicidal notes. So when you're in love, you love hard.
You know, yeah, I do. I'm a lover.
You're a lover.
I'm a lover.
Have you come across, in the physical, not just by reading, have you come across someone or people who have the same condition as you?
Actually, that's funny. Never. I've never I've been to so many places with different people, but I've never seen someone with the same condition. Maybe on the internet when I do research. Yeah, but I've never met someone like never.
I want you to just do you go to church?
Yeah, I do.
How's church for you?
I don't go that often though. Like for real, like I don't go that often.
Uniform, isn't
No. It's just Santa Labazalani, you know, like one of those churches.
Fire.
No. Okay, yeah, but no. Yeah, we don't just use them oil. Nah.
No, you don't do that.
Prayer, pen.
Yeah.
Just the Bible prayer. That's all.
Yeah. Who in your family, like maybe an uncle or somebody, moba bega uti, no, this person has held my hand through it all.
In my family. Wow, I'd see Makoko.
Yeah, man. Makoko sapila, ne?
Yeah, Sasiko.
She's your strength.
Oh, a lot. It's like I live for her.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oktanda, I heard you say, Uguti, your dad is back from prison.
Yes.
And you said he's trying to
make amends.
Mm-hmm. What amends is he making, according to you?
According to me, it's for all the time he's lost in my life. Like, cause like, I mean, you can imagine like from grade 1 up until like grade 11, promising in matric. So that's a lot of time, you know, like, but I used to like visit him in prison when my mom was still alive. And can you think, just like back then, I hardly remember. But I do remember just one time visiting him. So yeah, it's just making up for that time. You know, son, I haven't been there, but now I'm here. He's always a phone call away. He's just always there for me. And I see him like from time to time. He does make time for me actually. Yeah.
How's your relationship with him? Have you ever had a conversation with him, telling him about how your life was? Engeko.
Yeah, that's a thing with men. Yeah, but we don't openly talk like me and him. But we do have conversations. But we don't openly talk. But he's just a cool guy. Like he's just a cool guy. I do like an idea. Like it's just cool. Yeah.
But you know, this notion that men always say, men, we don't talk, we just, yeah. For me, I don't know how we can crush that notion. Because I'll tell you why. I'm raising a boy child on my own. My son is 16. And my son, I will say he's a natural introvert, right? Because I would look at my son and I look at my late daughter. She was just her mother's photocopy. She was just everything. But I am teaching my son to communicate. He does communicate with me, but it takes time if he doesn't know you for him to warm up to you. The notion that men shouldn't talk, men keep things inside, I think that's a notion that needs to be broken.
True.
Because I don't know how much pain or how much anger or how much guilt or how much you keeping within yourself against or towards your father, and maybe you're saying, let me not.
Because like, you know, this is what makes men do like stupid things. You understand? Like just because they didn't have a conversation with their cheat. You know, I mean, that's just like, you know, bottling stuff. For me, I think that's like a ticking time bomb, just waiting to explode. You understand? We need to talk. Like, I mean, so I don't know, 21st century, but you know, we need to talk.
But
like,
when we talk kulum time, you just on the surface.
No, it's just difficult conversations.
Deeper.
Yeah.
Why?
Why? You see, landang on my side. I understand. If I want advice on this, I'd like landing a curve, like, okay, time I'm experiencing this. How do I get it? You understand? But I think he knows because he's out, you know. He knows with okay, this is what happened. I didn't even straight. Ish time. The chair le young sloop against so no, I'm just like time. Umngani wami une-chair uhlala naye so nginceda kanjani so you know, and yeah.
But is it even if it's your problem, direct?
I do, depending on the problem. You understand? I'm not that comfortable with him yet, but depending on the problem, yes, we talk.
So the only person you're comfortable with is Saint Augustine.
I'm a cock. Saint Luke.
Yes. Sorry, I called you Saint Augustine. I'm sorry. I told you there's a friend in the studio with us. Oh, so Saint Luke, he's the one that just knows everything now.
He doesn't know everything, but yeah, he knows a lot. Yeah.
Do you believe in the notion that indodaikali?
No. But yes, in a way, because I mean, the last time Kala, okay, in a figurative meaning, okay, I believe in it. I understand. In a literal meaning, no, not the Yakal.
Do you cry?
No. When's the last time I cried? Yo, it's a long time. I don't know, but I really, really cry.
But when something's hurting, do you just chin up and be strong, or do you really go through the emotions?
I could say I do go. I mean, I'm human. I could say I do go through emotion. I feel something, but then I feel like some things don't deserve my tears. I understand, like, cause like I've lost one thing that's meant the world to me at some point in my life, and then
That is
after that's my mom.
okay.
And after that, I just didn't see the point of, shedding tears. But I just, mankala, I'd be ngikhuluma nomuntu about something or just hurting inside in my room. But I don't remember myself literally crying tears. That's,
I'm curious to find out, did your mom, or did you ever go for therapy, counseling as a young child or now as an adult? Maybe because before you discovered what the condition is, facial dysmorphia. Did you ever get counseling, maybe from medical professionals? If not medical professionals, maybe at church, or I'm very curious, somebody who would make you understand that there's absolutely nothing wrong with you. You are human, you're an able person. Did you go for therapy?
I've never necessarily I believe in therapy, don't get me wrong. I do believe in therapy, and I believe there are things you do get healing from therapy. But me personally, I've never went therapy. I've never been in a situation where I need to go to therapy. I understand. But yes, there might have been things that might have taken me to therapy, but I've never been, with a professional or talking about my problems or whatnot. No. My therapy is music, my friends, my family. That's therapy to me. I understand.
But at times I always say to people, I encourage people to say, therapy helps at times.
It does. I mean, I know people who actually got help from therapy. Namantu bengihlala nabo, like they were suicidal. Man, I always say to people, I'd rather listen to your story than attend your funeral.
That's deep.
Yeah.
That's deep. I'd rather listen to your story than attend your funeral. Okay.
Yeah. So that's what I used to tell my friends, Mabakabanga, or people that I was around at the time. And whenever they down, or I used to no man, that's not the way, There is a helpline. You do there's someone on the other phone who's a kulma now and talk you down,
I want to ask, if you had a child, let's say you have a child now and your child is born with the same facial dysmorphia that you have, what are the things that you would do for that child that you wish your father had done for you?
Just be there. You know, just be there. That's what I do. Like, you know, men in the society, like, it's kawachaiwa right there. Like, what time of it's bayabalega, we just bottle this rage. Asazi ukukhuluma nobani. You know, because you don't have a father figure. You understand? Because that's why men become killers, you know, serial killers, by rape and just all that. I feel like it's just a result of men running away from responsibility, from accountability. Yabo. So me, I just be there for my son or my daughter, whatever the case. But I just be there, make sure Uzi, like he doesn't face the same challenges as I faced. You understand? Yeah.
I asked that because when I grew up, I was bullied a lot because of I'm big boned, right? So you find that I would be the tallest in the class, and I'd be the one who's more chubbier than everyone else. And my children, I instilled in them. No, even my family and people around me know that I do not advocate for body shaming.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
And some people will take offense. You know how abantu abamnyama would say, "Oh, dala sagcina usakhulanga. Oh, umude uyaphi?" Or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
I don't play around with those things because sometimes you say it as a joke.
And then it
And
ends up being
ganti
offensive.
uyatshala, you're planting a seed in that child. Because I grew up, most people don't believe it, but I grew up with a low self-esteem because they'd always say to me, your brothers and your sisters are smaller bodied than you. You look older. But how old are you? And I'd say, for example, I'm 12, but you don't look like 12. You look like 16. So these are things that I've instilled in my kids. And my daughter, God, may she continue resting in peace. Uguti, you, like I say to my son all the time, you are 16 years old. Enjoy being 16. You will, you are the right 16. Because people would say, you're so tall. You're taller than your mom. And I'm like, you will never be 16 again. And if God decides to make you like this, that's how it is. So we live with certain affirmations. Do you believe in affirming yourself? Are there affirmations that maybe umawako or gogo instilled with you? Or maybe the school instilled with you self-affirmations?
Okay, well, me, Nana, I would say I never, like my mom, my grandmother, look, it's in the house. You should never seek validation from someone else. You understand? Because if you seek someone else's approval, who would say, okay, now you look beautiful, or now you look cute, or now you look thin, or now you look, you understand? That's obviously that person can change their mind the next day. You understand? So you won't feel the same way. You understand? And people can say things, different things every day. And a most believer that will, you know, create chaos in your head. So like I mean I believe, and that's what I will instill to my kids. Would say, you're right, just the way you are, just like you said.
Exactly.
I don't want anyone to tell you, would say, you should be this or you should do this. No. Do what you want to do. I understand you're the best version of yourself.
True.
Make the best out of it.
True.
You know, when God gives you lemons, make lemonade.
And I look at you and I can't stop just admiring your, should I say, strength, or the way God has just created you, has embedded you. You've got this strength that is just so beautiful to witness. Uguti, you have not allowed people or the world to crush you. Yes, you've gone through things, and as you said, your childhood was not that grand because of the bullying that you went through. Those people that bullied you during childhood, some of them, do you still see them now that you're older?
Barely. I barely see them. Like, you know, I'd say like life is like it works different. I understand. Like, you know, now maybe person who used to make fun of me every day will now open somewhere or something. I understand, but it's just karma, I'd say. But I don't wish that on my enemy. But like, I just want the best for everyone. You understand. But then I barely see those people, and well, if I see them now, I have nothing to say but I wish kindness, love, and long life. You know, I don't wish anything bad or, you know.
If there's a child out there who, I read somewhere, there's this mother, I think Usekatle Home, who was appealing to the society, ukuthi they must stop teasing her child because the child has, I think it's neurofibromatosis, something like that, but it's got to do with the like fibroids on the face. And the mother was saying it's gotten so bad that the child doesn't want to go to school anymore. And she had to appeal in different radio stations and on TV and everywhere. A mother like that, who has a child with that condition, what would you say to them? Because I know your conditions are not the same, but the fact that it has to do with me, my outside, and they are feeling like it's the end of the world. What would you say to, let's first start with the mother. What would you say to the mother of the child?
I'd say, like, fight for her. Like, continue wanting the best for your son or daughter. Like, just fight for them, I understand. Like, you should always encourage them to do the things that they are told they can't do, or do the things they are told not to do. Like, get them out there. Like, those people are people too. They're genuine people. They're genuine souls. They do have a role in society. Was one with a pilot or something, you understand? But then if now you're talking them down or you're locking them down in the house all the time, that's just bad for them. I understand.
Would you advise that mother to do what your mother did and find a school for learners with barriers to learning so that at least the child can feel somewhat safe? Or would you say she must keep the child in the mainstream school?
Well, depending on at the end of the day, but I would say if she's disabled, you should take to a so that, like, take her to a disabled school so she won't feel any different. But then you can also take her to a mainstream school anyway if you want to. But then I feel like it's a better option to me say where she should feel safe. It's a safe space for him or her or cool. You understand? But then at the end of the day, it's all about what's best for her. Before azicabangela yena ukuthi abantu bazothini ngomntwana wakhe.
Do you do school visits?
Not yet.
Not yet. Because I believe, children, given the opportunity, are the most cruelest little people in this world.
True.
Because when it comes to election bathi siyagwarana ne bazogwara ngento unga-understand, and ukugwara, I always tell people ukuthi it's bullying. Yeah, it is bullying. Like, especially if if uzongwara ngesicu sami, for example, umuntu angangwara and say whatever they want to say about my body structure, that is bullying, because I cannot and I have no power to change body structure yami. And that's the message that should go out there to abantu, to say mamela ngware about something else but not my body structure, because that I have no power over. Such a message. That child, what would you say to him? Because uti is suicidal, he's had enough.
I'd say, like, okay, now abantwana bayagwarana. That's natural. It's gonna happen even if we disable school.
No, but we can't condone it.
No, I'm not condoning it.
Yeah. Okay,
so
let me listen.
bayagwarana, even if bagu disabled school or a normal school. But then here's the thing: it's different. If bakwara go able school at the able school, of course it's going to be offensive because you're
the only one there.
I understand. But then in a disabled environment, sonke, we are somewhat the same. So if I have something to now, which is more personal. So obviously it's a bit different.
I wonder what Department of Education is doing, because, like you said, they've got the mainstream school where we think everyone's okay. Then they've got the school for learners with disabilities. I remember when I was a teacher, the last school I taught at was Orange Farm Primary School. That was the last school I taught at. And that school was a full service school. So full service school means everybody under the face of the sun was allowed in the school. I had learners. One learner had a big hole here. He was speaking with, that recorder. We had learners in wheelchairs. But basically it was mixing the mainstream and kids that are assumed to have disabilities and stuff. And being in such a school, I saw the cruelty of kids at times, because they would deem themselves 100% okay and bully other kids. And I would see also how those who are bullied were responding to it. And it would also affect us as educators, because at that time we were not trained to handle such things, because we go to university, but they don't tell us that
us
when you're in the classroom,
yeah,
this is what will happen. And that's what I experienced as an educator at Orange Farm Primary School. So I wonder what Department of Education is doing, because they need then to bring more awareness in terms of,
disability.
but in your case, you're not disabled.
Well, okay, okay. Well, I think it works this way. In Hope School and in Itembili, Labing Funda Kona, both schools, primary and high school, the teachers, they were so professional about it. Like it was as if they were trained. You understand? So I can't say the government is not training, or I wouldn't, because my experience was way different.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I belonged there, because the teachers were so helpful. In a way, it made me a better person. Because like, if you think about it, I'm the one who is able. You understand? So I mean, I become more helpful to the people around me.
Sure.
You understand? So Indians would see to see life in a different perspective. So I'm always helpful, pushing kids in wheelchairs, helping out where I can. You understand? But then I feel like in your mainstream schools, I think teachers should be educated, just in case we see Makfigum not disabled, they know what to do. You understand? They know how to respond to such situation, how to treat them with special care, because they have special needs. Yeah.
I think that's why they have now schools like that. But it also boils down also to the person themselves, because teaching, being an educator, Mamela, you are the parent of this child for 8 hours a day. So it's like you are seeing this child most of the time, and you need to be equipped very, like extremely well, you know. I'm so touched, and I'm so, in fact, I thought sitting with you would be crying, and
Not at
oh
all.
my God.
Not at all. Not at all. I've been through the worst, but
What's the worst that you've been through?
I wouldn't say like, okay, well, I don't know what's worst to you, but like I've seen like horrible people, like, you know, people
Give me an example.
like, okay, have you ever been like in a space of 200 people laughing at you at the same time?
Ish.
So, yeah, something like that. That's like
What
what I
happened?
deem the worst.
I want to
No,
know. Nangithandinda, what happened?
no, it's nothing serious though. But like, it's just that I just fell, and then, well, they didn't notice Uguti. I facial dysmorphia. I think I wasn't noticeable in the scene. It's like a stadium, people playing basketball. I fall, and then now everyone sees, with, oh, this is the guy that fell. Now, you know, it's just a whole embarrassment scene. Yeah.
And how do you deal with that?
That only happened once, like, but it was pretty a bad thing, man. Like, I just didn't look at like everyone, even my friends, at the time. I just didn't look at them the same.
You know, I honestly, I thought to be Scarlett today, but you're giving me so much strength. It's like you are, sure.
I'm well out of tears. I'm getting card.
No, seriously, it's like, I mean, even the fact that, yes, you might have grieved or grieving a childhood that you felt was not as normal as other people, you were able to take your pain and throw it out the window and say, you know what, this is me, and I've accepted me, and I love me. And I love the fact that you say you've got a Mbogoto girlfriend. Big ups to her.
Big ups to
You
her.
know? No, as long the girlfriend becomes Mbogotolicious if you are loving her correctly. Anisho. If you're not loving her correctly and you're being a loser, then there's no way she's gonna. I'm sure you're doing wrong.
No. No. I'm not.
I'm sure you're doing wrong things. And you are just. And the beautiful thing you said, people are gonna see this. You said you're dating for marriage.
Yeah.
So that means there's no other people on the left and the right sides. Why are you looking at St. Luke?
No, it's just Abeko.
Now, if your mother, I'm just asking, if your mother, if they had to say to you, you've got 24 hours to spend the day with your mom, like if she had to come back, amongst all the things you're grieving, your childhood wasn't that grand, you lost your mother, you also lost your father because he was in prison, so you grew up no go, you know, But in the midst of all of this, we see strength. But if your mother were to come back for 24 hours and say, "My son, I am here," what would you say? What would you do with her?
Man, like, yo, a lot, eh? But I'd mainly say this, like, I thank her, for not aborting me, because, like, eh,
Wow.
I thank her for not giving up on me. I thank her for having the courage to come nami, I thank her for giving me life. I mean, my grandmother gave me the name Life, and I lived up to that name. You understand? I thank her for a lot of things, for the little, for making me laugh, for Togisi Pampas, for everything. I thank her, man.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think there's an amount of money I can give to thank her, but I thank her a lot. She's been wonderful. I mean, she's up there in heaven looking at me down. I just want her to be proud of me. Yeah.
And if there's someone watching you right now and saying, "Yo, I thought my problems were a lot. Like, I've not gone through the vast bullying that Umpilo has been through." Or if there's someone out there sitting and saying, "I've got the same condition and I'm not making it," what's your last word of encouragement?
Be yourself. Don't let anyone tell you how. I always say this. Don't let anyone tell you how to live your life. Be you. Do it for you. You are doing you just because you're doing it for you. No one will put a plate on your table. You understand?
Mpilo, you said you rap, you've
Yes,
got a
yes, yes.
booking. If people want to book you, where do they find you?
Dr. Gravestone bookings at gmail.com, and on my socials you can send me a DM. I'm reachable. So Dr. Gravestone everywhere, actually. At Dr. Gravestone. Yeah.
Yo, this is one episode where I really thought I'd be crying, but I guess Umpilo is God sent, hey? He's turned his lemons to lemonade, and his name Pilo means life. Yabona, grieving a childhood that was not as normal like everybody else's, grieving his mom who passed away, grieving a father who was in prison, and the father is back. They're trying to mend things, and that's why I always say there's beauty in brokenness. He's so eloquent. He speaks well, and as he's giving you where you can book him if you want him, hey, this guy's got a radio voice. If there are any radio people watching us here, please, this guy has that midnight voice to say it's a lover's paradise.
Love is paradise.
Yes, so if you're watching us and you need that voice that's going to do that, please reach out to me or reach out to him. Events, this guy is big up. Schools, Department of Education. I think we need this umpilo, what azelapo, to teach people about the do's and don'ts, to stop bullying, to say you are love personified, you are born for such a time as this. Like I always tell you, Diary of a Grieving Mother is inspired by my angel daughter who passed away in 2024 from a ruptured brain aneurysm. And it's not only about mothers who've lost children. Whatever you're grieving, a relationship, money, Umpilo was grieving a childhood, his mother, his father. You come, you sit here, you share your story, because trust me, somebody out there is watching and listening, and they will draw strength from you to say, "Iyaphileka le ndlela. We can live this life no matter what." And don't forget, Umpilo is available for bookings. I am Sitless BC, and this is Diary of a Grieving Mother.
Like, subscribe, and comment, man. How?